We have another video on the channel where we were talking about some of the schools that were involved with Des Claude, the USC transfer, who has had schools come out and basically say they're not recruiting him currently. And then there's also a list of schools that are saying that they are trying to reach out to Des Claude. And Des Claude was also able to make it clear kind of what he's looking for. At least sources say what he's looking for in his next school. And one of the rumored schools on that list was Kentucky. Now, there's conflicting reports. There's people that say Kentucky's after him. There's people that are saying, I think even Mark Pope might have said himself that his roster's finished, his roster's done. But also, there's reports that he's going after Des Claude. So it's two different conflicting reports. Also, we got to talk about, like, does Kentucky want Des Claude given who's on the roster and how it's kind of made up? Dion, what do you make of these reports? I guess to start, and then two, what do you think about Des Claude's potential fit with Kentucky and how the roster is currently constructed?
Well, I think for one, this is the point where agents start to do what agents do,
Mhm.
right? We see this in professional sports all the time, most specifically like baseball. What's that one agent's name? Scott Boras. When his clients, like he asked for like $300 million for his clients, and all the teams are like, no. And then like Scott Boras will come out and be like, yeah, I got $280 million from this one team and doesn't say what team it is. And then everybody panics and offers a bunch of money for those players and he gets his guys contracts. Like agents are cooking right now.
Mhm.
I don't think personally that Kentucky's involved. When you look at their roster outlook, it doesn't make sense for them to be involved with Desmond Claude. KSR, I was in the spaces. You know me. But they said that Kentucky's not involved. Tipton like also like co-signed KSR saying that Kentucky's not necessarily involved in Desmond Claude. I personally like it doesn't make sense for them to be. That's my takeaway from all of it. But I look at it the same way I look at Duke. If you're Desmond Claude and his agent, and you're trying to get Gonzaga to offer a bag, or maybe you're trying to get Florida to kind of like reconsider their involvement in your recruitment, names like Kentucky and Duke will get like the reaction you're looking for.
That's very true. And look, it is the job of Kentucky to do so. I'm sorry, not Kentucky, of agents to do this with their clients. It's just when I look at Kentucky's roster, and this is no disrespect to Des Claude whatsoever, because I think he's a really good player, and I think he's deserving of the money that he's asking for, whether you agree or not. I think it's you see what some of the other players around the country are getting. Des Claude was one of the better players in the Big Ten last year, and it just. Mark Pope's offense and what Des Claude does just doesn't necessarily align for me. Like he's not a three-point shooter. He's a guy that really needs the ball in his hands, I think, to get his own and make things happen. Where I think a lot of what Kentucky likes to do is a lot of ball movement, dribble handoffs, backdoor cuts, movement, open shots, three-pointers, right? I don't think that Des Claude necessarily fits into that mold. Because in an ideal world, you would probably, I see. The thing is, I don't even know what that lineup would look like with Des Claude. Would you go like Jelon Lowe at the one, Des Claude two, Ortega Owe three, maybe Diabate at the four, and then if healthy, Quaton at the five, if not BG at the five? I mean, that lineup on paper is a really good lineup. No, now that I'm saying this, do they need Des Claude?
This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We have a special offer for you. Promo code SLEEPERS. If you're a first-time depositor, they will give you a bonus up to $1,000 that matches 50% of your first deposit, plus a free pick. And tonight's free pick is focused on none other than Steph Curry. Card, I got a question for you. How many points does Steph Curry average?
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and say 29.
I don't have it in front of me, but that sounds about right. Certainly more than zero, I assume.
Of course.
Well, tonight's free pick, Steph Curry to score 1 point, higher than zero point 0.5 points. It's as much of a guarantee as you can possibly get. Underdog Fantasy, deposit as a first time user, put in promo code SLEEPERS. Make sure you get that deposit match bonus up to $1,000 and the Steph Curry free pick. Back to the video.
Well, I was gonna say if I'm Des Claude, I'd wait. It makes sense if Ortega goes to the draft, which to me, it's crazy that Ortega to the NBA like isn't even like something anybody's considering. Because if I'm an NBA team, I make him a first round pick like immediately. Especially if you watch what Lou Dort's doing in the playoffs, it makes the most sense to be in on Ortega. So if I was Des Claude, if you really, really want Kentucky, maybe be patient and see what happens in the next month.
Ortega's coming back.
But see, that's crazy to me. Like he, like that's crazy to me with the dude, like the names that are being considered for late first round pick. Like it, that's just crazy to me that it's like such a given.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. He is going to the NBA Combine, so that'll be something that kind of plays out. Maybe he impresses there, but yeah, one they'd have to pay him, which I think Kentucky can do. Obviously, they got a lot of money, and two, like sometimes I got to take a step back when I'm doing the roster fit thing because roster fit is so important, right? It really is. Also, at the same time, like getting talented dudes on the basketball court is really good as well. And I believe in Coach Pope, the coach. So, like, I think he could make it work at Des Claude. Did go to Kentucky, but I'm leaning more so that Des Claude's not going to Kentucky.
Not going to Kentucky because the name both of us forgot about this whole video is Denzel Aberdeen.
Oh yeah, they got him too.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're paying a lot.
you're not bringing Aberdeen and Jasper off the bench. Like there's just not enough minutes to go around.
Yeah, I think respectfully that Kentucky needs is somewhat finalized, and Des Claude will be going to another school. But hey, you never doubt Mark Pope. If they end up with Des, I'll say this: they end up with Des Claude. Where would you have them preseason ranked?
I don't think it moves the needle. I think they're already like a top seven team. Maybe they go from like my seventh team to like my fifth or sixth, I guess. But I don't think it moves it like too crazy.
If they get Des Claude, I might put them like top three, to be honest.
So if they get Des Claude, I just want to like this is the only reason it doesn't move me a ton. Um, what did Jelon Lowe shoot from three last year?
See, I'd rather not talk about that.
Yeah, okay, 26%. So that
Yeah.
they need shooting. Like, and don't get me wrong, like that he shot, it looks like he shot 35% the year before. Um, but like Mark Pope is going to find shooting, so it doesn't stress me of what like Jelon Lowe did, because that's what Mark Pope does. However, if we're gonna do Lowe and Desmond Claude backcourt, I mean, pray for them rooms.
Yeah, big facts. It'll be interesting to see what plays out here. I'm gonna go ahead and lean that Des Claude will not end up with Kentucky, but wherever he does end up, we will have the updates here on Sleepers Media YouTube channel.